Welcome back to Mimi's Organic Eats. Today we're making raspberry cream cheese spread with just 2 ingredients. Now this simple homemade cream cheese spread only requires 2 ingredients and a few minutes to mix up. And you guys can make this with fresh raspberries, or you can even use freeze-dried raspberries as well, and I'm going to show you how to do it both ways. This raspberry cream cheese spread is tangy and slightly sweet. It's perfect on top of bagels, toast, or even as a dip. Let me show you guys how to make it. So of course we're starting with organic cream cheese, and I really love Organic Valley, but you guys can totally use your favorite. If you want to use a low-fat cream cheese, you can even do that as well. And then of course we're going to need raspberries. So you guys can use fresh raspberries like I have here, or you can even use freeze-dried. So I have freeze-dried raspberries here, and then I also have freeze-dried raspberry powder. So what is the difference between these two? There really is no difference at all, except that the freeze-dried raspberries have been ground into a fine powder. And so if you guys have freeze-dried raspberries, you can use those. I would food process them into a powder. Or if you have the powder, it's just so much easier to use that, which is why I buy it all the time. You can also use it in frostings to make pink frosting and buttercreams and other things like that. So using fresh organic raspberries or freeze-dried raspberry powder is going to give you a lightly pink and deliciously raspberry cream cheese. But the difference is going to be in the texture. So if you guys want to use fresh raspberries, you're going to get big pieces of fresh fruit in your cream cheese spread. And the texture is going to be a little bit different than regular cream cheese because this fruit has water in it, so it's going to add a little bit of moisture. So the cream cheese is going to be a little bit runnier and not as thick. So if you guys want a thick raspberry cream cheese spread that doesn't have any bits of raspberry, that's when I recommend using the freeze-dried raspberry powder. This is going to give you a really smooth and creamy, lightly pink, beautifully colored, and tasty cream cheese as well. So I'm going to show you guys how to make this both ways so you can decide which one is your favorite. So we're going to set our fresh raspberries aside, and we're going to make the raspberry cream cheese with the freeze-dried raspberry powder first. This one is a little bit easier to make because you can just do this in a bowl with a spatula and mix it up. So like I said, if you guys have freeze-dried raspberries, you can just food processor them into a fine powder, and then we're going to use the powder. And so I already have the powder here because you can buy it just like that as well. So we're starting out with 8 ounces of full fat cream cheese, and this is like one standard block or tub of cream cheese. And I like to use full fat because I think it has the best flavor, but if you guys want to use a low fat cream cheese, you can totally do that as well. So we're going to add this into a mixing bowl. And then we're going to add in our raspberry powder, and we're going to add 1 tablespoon of raspberry powder into the cream cheese. Then we're just going to mix in our raspberry powder and our cream cheese, and I'm just doing this with a spatula. You guys can also do this with a hand mixer if you prefer whipped cream cheese. You could also put it in your stand mixer if you want as well. Either way works. So as you guys can see, we have a super thick raspberry cream cheese spread. If you guys want a thick and smooth cream cheese spread without any texture in it, then you want to use the freeze-dried raspberry powder. So if your cream cheese seems a little bit thick, you can add a little bit of milk to this or even a little bit of water to just thin it out to your liking. So now this one is just ready to use on bagels and toast. So see how simple that one was? So now I'm going to show you guys how to make raspberry cream cheese spread with fresh raspberries. So you're going to need 170 grams of fresh raspberries. So we're starting off with the same amount of cream cheese, 8 ounces of cream cheese, but I'm using my stand mixer this time. And now if you guys want to use a hand mixer, you can totally do that as well. I just prefer using my stand mixer because I think it's so much faster. And then you want to make sure you guys rinse off your raspberries, and then make sure you just pat them dry with a paper towel. We don't need all that excess water going into the cream cheese because the fresh raspberries already have enough water on their own. So if you guys have some raspberries that have maybe sat in your fridge for a couple too many days, or you got some from the farmer's market and they're a little bit softer than you like, they are perfect for this recipe. So then we're just going to mix this on low, and we want to combine everything at first. Then we're going to turn the mixer up to high, and we're going to whip it because we want the mixer to do all the work for us of mashing up these fresh raspberries so they combine with the cream cheese. And now you guys want to make sure that you scrape down the sides of the bowl so that we have all the cream cheese mixing together with the raspberries completely. And now we have a fresh raspberry cream cheese spread. And now this one is going to be a little bit softer, a little bit more spreadable, and you're going to get those fresh raspberry pieces and seeds in the raspberry cream cheese. So now we can compare these side by side. The fresh raspberry cream cheese spread is going to be a little bit thinner in texture. It's going to be easier to spread. You're going to have fresh pieces of raspberry and the seeds of the raspberry as well inside the cream cheese. And then the raspberry cream cheese spread made with raspberry powder is going to be much thicker. It's going to be super smooth and creamy, just like traditional cream cheese, but it's going to be naturally pink and it's going to taste like delicious raspberries. So, which raspberry cream cheese spread are you guys going to try first? If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and leave a comment below. And if you want more simple breakfast recipes using organic ingredients, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join me next time in the kitchen.